Peggy Ann Bradnick was just 17 years old when she was kidnapped by a man named William Hollenbaugh, who people of the area referred to as Bicycle Pete.
For 8 days, she was tortured, abused, and starved while thousands searched for her.
Now, surviving the ordeal, Peggy gained national attention for her bravery and resilience, and today she advocates for those living with mental illness.
She sat down exclusively with our Morgan Kosiar to reflect on her up-close encounter with the man that she believes the system failed.
Some 400 men, most of them armed, have joined in the search for Peggy Ann Bradnick. Today, state police and the FBI began a house-to-house search.
Devastation strikes a small Pennsylvania town.
And he come with his face towards the ground, and he walked down on the road and then started towards us.
Were you frightened of him at all?
Yes.
At the time, it was considered the largest manhunt in U.S. history.
And he told my sister Peggy that she was going with him.
The year was 1966, when 17-year-old Peggy Ann Bradnick was kidnapped by ex-convict William Hollenbaugh.
I went in the house and grabbed my shotgun and right down to the scene of where it happened. And I squalled for my daughter, but there was no reply.
Held captive for over a week, Peggy says she got a close-hand look at the monster who had watched her, studied her patterns, and planned the capture over the course of many years.
He planned it, and he watched me for 3 years. He made that very known to me. And he come prepared to take me on this trip because he had an extra set of clothes, extra set of boots. I mean, he had planned this for a long time.
Thousands searched the area day and night in hopes of finding her.
Many of these quiet Tuscarora mountain people are telling themselves the best hope now is prayer.
During the search, Hollenbaugh shot and killed FBI agent Terry Anderson.
He was a killer, and he did not care. He danced around and chatted and celebrated killing Terry Anderson. He even fired shots in the air, as if to say, oh, great kill. Terry Anderson is truly my hero. Amazing man, father of 4. I saw the blood fly out of him. I wonder why his life was taken so quickly and so abruptly.
He also killed one of the search dogs and wounded a deputy sheriff. Hollenbaugh and Bradnick were tracked to a nearby farm where he was killed in a shootout. Peggy Ann was finally free.
I wanted to go home and to let my family know how much I loved them and how important they were to me. They cried and prayed for me every day.
Peggy says despite the hell she endured for those 8 long days, she knew the man that had taken her was suffering himself.
I think he thought that his being was something that was deterring from him ever being anything or being anybody. He was a very, very sick, mentally ill person. But I still had compassion, because we weren't brought up to be hateful and mean to people. And if someone limped or someone didn't look like you or didn't act like you, we were taught to respect them.
She now advocates for those suffering with mental illness, speaking at hundreds of events and engagements across the region, sharing her story, making sure those who played a role in her rescue are not forgotten, especially Terry Anderson.
I always feel bad about his death. And I always advocate for mental health because no one should ever have to leave this world like Terry did. It's very important to know your community, know the people in your community, and when you see flags, don't be afraid to speak up.
For even more details on Peggy Ann's story, extensive photographs and memorabilia surrounding the case, head over to our website, WTAJ.com.